Donna.
Hi, and I'm Nadine.
And this is Teach People How to Treat You.
Did you want to preen?
No, I'm good. I'm good to go, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, because I wanted to say I'm going wild today,
You are.
so I'm just going to be...
You are wild.
As it is.
She's wild all the time, but just she's... Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Anyway, okay, so we are going to talk about relationships, and I love the title of tonight's episode that Nadine has come up with, and that is...
Your mother doesn't live here.
Love it. Nadine, what do you think that means? Or what do you think that means? Or anyway, yeah.
So many times when we get into serious relationships or heading that way or are there, as women, we take on the pressure of needing to look after our man the way our mothers may have looked after our dads, and even less subtle, the way our boyfriends or husbands' mothers looked after them. Exactly. And we morph ourselves trying to be and take on the tasks. And I say tasks because as a nurturer and as a mother, you know, what are we doing for our sons? That's what we're doing. We're cooking, we're cleaning, we're doing laundry, we're driving everywhere. Yeah. And so we've seen that. How many times have we seen? I'm certainly guilty of it. I tried to be my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I've done it. Never mind. Yeah. Seen it. But yeah, totally.
Sorry. And if that is going on out there, if that is something that as a woman you feel that you need to do in order to keep your man happy, I have one word for you. Run.
Don't walk. Run.
Run. You can leave the front door open because his mother will come and close it after you.
That's right. She'll sweep first and then she'll close it.
And this is not, not intended to be offensive in any way on mother-in-laws or anything like that, because I've always said I pity the woman that my own son.
Yeah, do you?
Well, because he's been a bit of a prince, right? And she's going to, whoever she is, if she's a strong, independent woman, which I'm hoping she will be, she's going to come over here and punch me in the nose and say, what did you do? Like, I'm not doing half the stuff he wants me to do. Not cleaning and doing all that stuff. Right?
That's funny. But I don't think he'll expect it. Like, I think we grew up in an era where people did expect it, and depends on your culture. Mm-hmm. Not that I want to talk about or knock my Italian culture, but there is that stereotype that a lot of the Italian guys that are my age, let's say, a lot of their moms did do everything. And, you know, right from cooking, like, okay, so let's go back. Let's go right back to my mother, for instance. She had to learn how to make pasta sauce the way my father's mother made it. So if she made it the way her family made it, he didn't like it. So she had to learn the way my grandmother made her sauce so that my mother could imitate it for my father.
Okay.
So there you go. There's a prime example.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one example. And maybe you don't want to make the pasta sauce like that. Maybe you don't even want to make the pasta sauce.
At all.
Right? We all have our own talents and attributes. And there's a reason why the man fell in love with you to begin with. And it probably isn't necessarily because he wants you to be his mother. But if there are characteristics and traits that he wants you to take on that you're not comfortable doing because either A, you don't want to do it, or B, you know you're going to suck at it, then don't do it. Okay? Exactly. Like, here's a good one. We were talking about this a little earlier. All right? So somebody that we know, a mutual friend of ours, was in a relationship. And same thing, very, strong maternal influence. And she moved in with him, great guy. Anyway, he expected her to do his laundry, so she was happy to do that. But she had her own way of folding it. She probably folded it like her mother.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so I love this woman. He complained. He said, hey, my socks are not folded the way my mother folds my socks. And she said, last time I checked, your mother didn't live here.
I love it.
And that is fantastic, right? That is, you know, it's a comical but assertive way of saying, look, if you don't like the way I'm doing it, then don't ask me to do it.
No.
Or I'm not going to do it. Or do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
Well, this is the thing too. So, to me, once again, if you're in a relationship, it's a partnership. So, you both can do the laundry. I mean, I'm not going to talk about all the specifics and what you can do, what I can do, what we can do together. But the thing is, if you're in a positive, healthy partnership, relationship, then it's going to be this mutual thing to keep the house, the family going.
Right.
So it's not really necessary for us to take on those roles that are stereotypical of women. So it's not really necessary to do the laundry. But what I am saying is that if you want to do the laundry because you're doing the laundry, we're going to fold our socks however we want to fold them. And the other person just better be grateful that we did the laundry that day.
Exactly.
And that's it. So I guess what we're saying here is teaching people to be grateful for whatever we're doing. And we are not going to necessarily be there or take on any of the roles or or to be like their mother, like doing things the way that their mothers did them.
We're using laundry as an example because it's kind of silly and funny. But the meaning of the whole topic is that if you're gracious enough to do something like that for your partner, do his laundry or her laundry, and they're not appreciative or they're critical of it, then, you need to nip that in the butt right away and either say your mother doesn't live here, or, this is, do it yourself if you don't like the way I'm doing it, because I'm more comfortable, cooking pasta, right?
Exactly. But okay, so if we look at this on a more general level, right? Just being in a relationship, we do things for our partner because we want to do them, right? Like that. I mean, that's what I want to do now as a mature person and as someone who has been through a lot of different relationships and has been through some that were grueling. And I came to a point where I realized that I do things for my partner because I want to do them and I do them with love. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, if they are not being appreciated, then I'm not going to do them anymore. Like that's it. Then that's it. So that's the bottom line. And also, if I'm not getting it back, now I'm not saying it's like a tit for tat situation, but I do feel that there has to be that reciprocity. And I am done with being the one who's always giving and always trying to go that extra mile. And I do that because that's my personality.
Yeah, you're very much a generous giver, and you're very generous with your time and your love with people that you care about.
But I need it back,
yeah.
Right? And the thing is, in the past, I think that there was always a deficit, that I would give more and not necessarily get it back, or it was taken for granted or just expected. But I'm done with that. So how I am now moving forward is that I'm not demanding it, but I realize that if I am not getting that in return, and it doesn't have to be the exact same, I'm just saying I just have to feel that either my needs are being fulfilled emotionally or something, or time-wise, or
at least there's gratitude.
Respect or gratitude. Exactly.
You know what? If you made dinner or you did laundry.
Yes.
And it's not exactly up to your partner's expectations, don't apologize. Because he should just be grateful, or she should just be grateful that you did it and she or he didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
Like, don't say sorry. I used to have dinner parties.
That's perfect.
And if it didn't turn out 100% great, I would go, I'm so sorry, the fish is a little bit like this. And then I thought to myself, why am I apologizing? I cooked for all these people.
Yes.
So if it's slightly off and you don't like it, I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? Like, sorry. I feel badly because I wanted, it to have a better result. But you didn't have to cook. So
exactly. Yeah.
I'm even sitting here having cocktails and appetizers. Yeah. And same thing, you don't like the way I folded your socks? I'm not going to say sorry.
No. Oh God, no.
Take them home to your mother. She'll fix them.
Yeah. Or do them yourself, because I'm not doing them now.
Yeah.
Because of that. And that's it, and that's the bottom line. We're looking for mutual respect. We're looking for mutual appreciation, and reciprocity. There has to be there has to be
Maybe.
something,
Maybe.
you know, like, you know, we give, but there's got to be some coming back this way, or that's it. And that's it. And then we have to make that clear to the person too, because now, you know, like communication, like, you know, our friend said, last time I checked, my mother doesn't live here.
Right.
So, and that's it. And that's the bottom line. In order to get those things back, we have to make it clear. And that's what I do now. I did not in the past, but I definitely do now.
You know, we talked about whether or not this was applicable, like a generation thing about mothers and you know, in our generation. But there are still a lot of people out there in our generation who are dating or looking for relationships. So those stigmas may or may not, and we'd like to hear back from our audience
absolutely.
On that, right? Because we've applied this as a bit of a stigmatism all around. And if they don't exist in the younger generation, then hooray. But there could be other stigmas. And that's why your input and your communication back to us is so much appreciated and valued, right? Because there could be things that you're telling us in a younger generation that are going on that are similar to this, but we could address it more acutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we laughed about the cooking and the cleaning kind of thing because it's, you know, that generational thing for us. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to, like you're saying, Donna, to
reciprocity.
I can't say those big words. That's why she's here.
That's what it comes down to. Yes.
It's mutual respect. It's and communication, right? If you don't know how to cook something or you don't feel comfortable taking something on, you could say, you know what, honey, I kind of suck at doing laundry, but I'd be happy to cook you a really nice meal.
Yes.
Or drop it off at the dry cleaner.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I'm not a great ironer, for instance. So yeah.
I hate that.
And
I just run the dryer until
I know
the wrinkles are gone.
I know, and then you get that, and you hang it really quickly.
Right.
No, but it comes down to wanting to give to your partner because you want to do that, and just knowing that it is accepted with love and gratitude. And that they will do something for you in return.
Yes.
And it's not, as I said, it's not about, okay, I did this for you, you better do this for me. It's not that, but it's just, that's what makes it all beautiful and makes you want to go further. And it just enhances your relationship. It helps to grow your relationship. However, sometimes you do need to make that clear to someone. And that, as opposed, like, to me, that's a perfect example back to that story, as opposed to that person saying, thank you so much for doing my laundry. That was great. They had to say, oh, you don't fold the socks the way my mother did. Like, to me, that's just a slap in the face saying, you know what? Like, like not even acknowledging that you did the act of doing something kind and nice and thoughtful for the other person. So
if you're in a one-sided relationship like that, where the scale is tipped so far off that it's frustrating because it's all about the other person and pleasing them.
Yes.
And there isn't that mutual respect. And you're frustrated and you're hurt and you're sad and you're not sure what to do. Run. Find somebody who's going to appreciate the fact that you folded his socks or her socks in the first place.
Yeah.
Regardless of what the outcome is.
You point it out. And then if they still say something, right? That there's something, I would say, make it clear. And verbalize it. Just say, that's not cool. Mm-hmm. That's not cool. And, and if you don't like it, then, then once again, that's kind of like what we said before. You can follow through with what you say. So if you feel that, okay, you don't like the way I did my socks and you're going to complain, or your socks, and you're going to complain about it, time and again, and not see the big picture, which is, I did your socks. Then it's time to run. So there you go.
She's so much nicer.
We're both nice. Anyway, on that note.
Yes. Till next time.
Exactly. But please subscribe, and we can't wait to hear from you. And thanks for all the support.
Thank you.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.